Hey, it's Heather, and today is a great day for an adventure in gardening. So it's late in the day here. I've been putting off a task in the garden, and I don't even know why I've been putting it off, because it's really not, difficult, and it's not something I haven't done before. And it's planting my garlic. So I say it's late, it's almost 3:30 and the sun is starting to set. So the shadows are kind of weird, but I'm gonna do it, and I figured I'd take you along with me. I have a few things to say about planting garlic, and I am by no means an expert on the subject. I did, however, have a really great crop of garlic this year. So I will link the video for my harvest down below so that you can see. So it's been years that I have had this book on my in my bookcase, and I read it a long time ago, and I got some great information. So it's called Growing Great Garlic by Ron Engeland. And so I wanted to show you all this book if you're just getting started in planting garlic or growing garlic for the first time, or if you haven't successfully had if you haven't had a good crop yet. Because that's why I got the book, because I needed some help, because I wanted really large cloves of garlic. So so I got the book off of my bookcase to show you guys, and I opened up the front of it, and lo and behold, I read the book and I wrote notes. No, I didn't write notes. I typed the notes. And I'm thinking, boy, past me really had it together. Pretty impressive. I don't even know me anymore. I didn't know the old me, I should say. But so I was like, wow, look at this. Oh yeah, that's right, I do these things. And so I thought I'd share some of the things on the list with you today as we go along. And the first thing that I'm going to do that's on my list, I've already prepared the site. The soil is a no-dig, no-till bed that I did not plant garlic in last year. It's in that little odd corner that I have that is a southwest corner, stays pretty warm. I am late planting my garlic. Well, not as late as I've ever been, because I actually planted it on Christmas one year. But I try to shoot for October 31st. We're not that far away. It is a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. It's 66 degrees here. So before I show you the garlic, I want to do a review of the company that I purchased the garlic from this year. Now, my garlic harvest from July, I will be using about half of that to replant. And that's going to be a lot of cloves of garlic. So this order that came in from Filaree Garlic Farm, they are from Washington State. What is their town? It's Omak, Washington. I found them online. They're an organic garlic company. I bought a small amount of different kinds of garlic to plant this year with the intent that I would try them next year, and then I would decide which of those varieties I want to grow as stock. So it's just a little bit. My sister and I split this order together. First of all, I was really impressed by Filaree Garlic Farm. I was really impressed by their website. I think Jesse and I bought this, I want to say it was in August that we placed our order. And we were just on the cusp of being a little bit too late. Yeah, so that's why you got to order. If you want different kinds of garlic or any kind of special kinds of garlic, you got to get that done early, like July, like before they harvest it. You need to get your order in. But they had plenty of varieties still left, but they were out of some things at that time. I loved their descriptions on their website. I mean, I was like, oh yeah, or oh no, you know, depending on how hot you like your garlic, or how sweet, or you know, different flavors. I mean, garlic is like wine, I guess, you know. So there's different tastes in all of them. So all right, so I have torn these open. Oh, cute cat. This is Priscilla, by the way. This is not Penny. You're Priscilla, yes. Yes, they're sisters. Please Anyway, so so they came in these nice little bags. Has my name on it. Okay, so came in these nice little bags with all stapled and rolled down, and it has their name on it. It has my name on it, and it tells how many pounds I bought and what kind. So this is Carpathian garlic. Look at this. That's a big head of garlic. My battery is low. Okay, Priscilla. So anyway, I'm going to be doing what's called popping, and my battery is low on my camera, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to. Okay, cat, Priscilla. All right, so it has just been one of those days today, right? Yes. All right, so I got a few different kinds of garlic. I was really impressed with their descriptions, with the email they sent to tell me that the product was on the way, and then it arrived perfectly on time. Now, the second thing that they sent me, I placed 2 orders, and one of them was for leeks, and I need to go grab a pair of scissors. Okay, so I haven't even opened the box yet. So we placed this order the end of September. Jesse's like, I want to plant leeks. I'm like, I want to plant leeks too. And we were like, who has leeks? And we literally looked at all of the big name companies and nobody had any leeks. But guess who did? Filaree Farm had leeks. So super excited about the productivity end of growing leeks. I'm going to mangle this box first. Ooh, I got Dutch red shallot. Now half is for my sister, half is for her, half is for me. It's like Christmas. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so super excited about this. Even comes with some tips for growing shallots. So that's fantastic. So garlic and shallots are another thing that we can grow that help us to become self-sustainable, because you're going to plant some and then you're going to harvest, you're going to eat some and save some for planting the next year. So they're both on the same level. Now, I've not done shallots before, and I'm going to put them in the same bed as the garlic this year. Actually, the garlic's going in 2 different places. So the first thing, because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do what's called popping to the garlic cloves and get them ready. So I'm gonna pop them and I'm gonna put them back in the bags that they came out of. So don't do this. Don't do what I do, okay? But I'm just gonna take and get this started here on the grooves. Okay, I have to do it down here. Okay, all right, so popping the garlic means that I'm going to separate all of these little cloves. Oh, that smells good. Okay, when we plant our garlic, pointy end up, the other end goes down. This is your root end right there. Okay, so I'm going to pop them and put them back in the bag that they came out of to get them ready for planting. I got early Portuguese, chestnut red, and brown tempest. So those are the varieties that we bought this year to try, along with I'll give a few to my sister too, Italian red from last year that I planted. So I'm going to sit here, pop these open. Did I forget anything I wanted to say? I'll meet you around the corner for some planting. It's super easy once this part gets done. Okay, I'm back, and so the sun is literally setting right now. So we're gonna be planting garlic in the dark. That's die hard, baby, die hard. We're in it to win it. Okay, so here's what I've done so far. I have prepped the area behind me, and all summer long I dumped grass clippings around all of the plants. So I left those on the top, and then I also went and got the rest of the leaf compost from down below and put that on top. So this should be really loose on the top. However, I am going to still use a tool to dig them in. I couldn't find a shovel, so I got this, and we're gonna get her done. So here's what we're gonna do. The garlic are set up on the ground behind me in sections by the varieties. And I left a space on purpose so that I could, know which one was which and try them and see which ones I liked and want to keep for next year. There are 125, there's going to be a cat fight. Mr. Peanut. Oh yeah, it's not going to be pretty. The camera might go down. So there are 125 garlic cloves spaced approximately about 4 to 6 inches apart, probably more like 5 inches. Please don't knock the camera. Hey, Mr. Peanut. Oh yeah, he's a bad cat. They are spaced 4 to 6 inches apart on the ground behind me. So the idea, and every single one of them has a tag. So the idea is I'm just going to go along and pop them in the ground. So let me give you a close-up of what it looks like on the ground. You can see I left a space between, there's a space there, and then there's the next variety there, and then there's a space there. So I've got stepping stones in here so I can be stepping in between everything. So all the garlic is set up. Where's my tool? All right, so I'll just start right here. So we're going to go in, it's going to be about 2 inches deep, so we want to get it up to that first digit on your finger. And then just cover it up. So I'm just moving the soil a little bit, putting the garlic in, and so I'm getting it about that deep in, and then I'm covering it. I know, a shovel would be easier. So while I'm digging these into the ground really quick, let's talk about the garlic. And so they're 4 to 6 inches apart, about 2 inches deep. And the next thing that I'm going to do, and I'm not so sure that I'm going to get it done this evening, is I've got to chop up the some leaves, and I want about 4 inches of thickness of mulch. So you could use straw, you could use leaf clippings, you could use regular compost, I guess, but I've always just used ground up leaves, and that works out just fine. So this part of the garlic's cycle is going to be spent producing roots, and you might even see some of the greens come up. Actually, you will see some of the greens come up. Apparently I can't do 2 things at once. So the greens are going to be coming up, and they'll get about this tall. They'll come through the hay or the straw, or whatever you're using for to compost them, and then they'll just stay for the winter. They just stay just like that. And in the springtime, that's when they'll start to grow again, and that's when the scapes will be produced. Around July is when you're going to take and harvest your garlic plants, your garlic bulbs. So I made tags really quick for these before I even put the garlic on the ground, because I want to make sure that I've got them all labeled properly. And of course, I don't have any labels. I had to get labels that I used several years ago that are plastic. They were written on. I had to find nail polish remover to get the writing off, but I did that really quick. But garlic is one of the easiest things you can grow. It really is. So I guess I'm really not as diehard as I thought that I was. I got interrupted last night so many times trying to finish planting this garlic, and then I was starting to ramble, and I'm like, that's it, I give up, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. So I had all the garlic laid out on the ground last night, and I was concerned, and it was dark, and I was concerned that skunks and the cats, they love loose soil. That's, the work's already done for them. The skunks come in and they're looking for grubs, and they take their little noses and they just make a mess. And so what I've learned to do here for that is I've saved all of these, like anything that has wire on it, I will throw it over new loose soil, and until whatever I have planted in it gets rooted in and grown up, and then everybody leaves it alone. So I put wire over all of the garlic cloves that are on the ground. So I'm going to start planting this and get it done. So if there's one thing that I hope you get out of this video today, is that when planting garlic, you can plant a whole lot of garlic in a really small space. There are 125 cloves of garlic that are planted here that are going to become mature full bulbs by next July. I've left a small space in the front here that I'm going to be planting my shallots. Now, I had to read up on the shallots because this is the first time that I've planted them, and yes, I know, yesterday when I was filming, I kept calling them leeks. They're not leeks, they're shallots. So they need to be planted 8 inches apart. So the way that the shallots grow is you plant one of these bulbs, and you get, and I don't know about what exactly is going to happen, but what I've read, it could be 3, it could be 5, it could be 15 clusters that are going to grow around this. So I imagine it's going to look, the top part of it's going to look like, you know, scallions at the top with lots of greens growing out of it, and all the, you know, the clusters underneath. Super excited about growing these. Anyway, they didn't mention that they should be mulched heavily, so I've left them in the front. I'm not going to mulch them heavily. I'll throw a light covering of mulch on them, though. 1/2 inch deep is what the directions said. So I'm going to go ahead and plant these. Okay, so the garlic is all tucked in. I have a nice, about well, I have more than 4 inches of chopped leaves on top of them because it's going to go ahead and pack down. It's light and fluffy. I just mowed it, and so it's a lot, it looks like a lot more right now, but it's going to go ahead and be about 4 inches or so. Hi, Pipey. So I put those pieces of wire shelving over top of all of the tucked in garlic just because the cats see an area like that and they're thinking, oh, this nice comfy bed that she made for us. So it'll just deter them from laying there or digging there until the garlic starts to come up, and then they don't want to have anything to do with it again. I wanted to share some of the notes that I took from the book I showed you, Growing Great Garlic, because we're not growing mediocre garlic. We're going to grow great garlic. So is it too late to plant garlic? Is there still garlic available out there? I just wanted to make a note that the company that I reviewed, Filaree Farm, they do still have garlic for sale. You're just not going to have like this vast array of choices. But they do have plenty to choose from. So I encourage you to check out their website if you haven't already planted garlic this year. So is it too late for you to plant garlic? You're supposed to get the garlic in the ground 4 to 6 weeks before the ground freezes. Now here, man, a couple of years it's been Thanksgiving and the ground is frozen. Some years, I just don't know what's going to happen. I say plant it and see what happens. Can you buy garlic from the grocery store and plant it? Yeah, you can. I don't know what you're going to get. I don't know how it's going to do, but I have done that in the past. So, I mean, you can do that. I just don't know what you're going to get. So, there are 2 types of garlic. There's soft neck and there's hard neck. Now the soft neck is a hotter kind of garlic. It's more of what we are accustomed to eating. They also store longer. Now the downside to the soft neck is they're not a hard neck, so you're not going to get a scape. So if you want to eat scapes, if you want to have garlic bulbs and a crop of scapes, then you want hard neck garlic. Hi. Okay. With hard neck, you get fewer bulbs, but larger bulbs. Now, what did I plant? Well, hopefully, Editing Heather has already taken care of that. And because I don't remember which, I think I did get some soft neck garlic as well. Now, the ideal situations for growing garlic, you want a bed, a place to plant them that gets plenty of sunshine. Ideally, you want good snow cover. In winter, it doesn't always happen here. You know, sometimes we do get good snow cover, but I've got a thick layer of mulch on top of them to help to insulate them. You want fall and spring moisture. Usually that's the time of year when we do get the most rainfall. But that's when they want to get plenty of water. They want to have a warm and dry June and July. So keep that in mind next spring. If we don't have a wet spring, you're going to have to supplement and water, and then back off when it comes June. And of course, you want a good draining soil with some organic matter. So fertilizing your garlic. When should you fertilize your garlic? Well, that would have been yesterday. That would have been weeks ago, where you would start to actually amend your soil and get it ready for your planting. You can fertilize it in the springtime, you know, with fish emulsion. That's a good choice, or the kelp fertilizer. You can use that as well. But at the time of planting, your soil should be amended. And I had mentioned I used grass clippings and also some chicken compost and some leaf compost were in there. So, and that is it, my friends. The garlic is planted. We can check it off the list, and it is such an easy crop to grow. If you haven't gotten it in the ground, find some garlic. Plant some garlic this year. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like Penny and Priscilla and all the other little critters we've got here. Subscribe, that would be great, so we can stay in touch and you don't miss out on the next adventure in gardening. See you soon. Penny, do you have thumbs? You have thumbs. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, Penny.